Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs in video games, and today I'm playing Monster Train. This time on Monster Train, we are getting maybe near the bottom? Maybe near the bottom of all of the expert challenges. Nope, there's still a lot to go. Alright. We're going to play Steward Snack. Powered up stewards that you won't want to play. Kind of sounds like stewards. So at your service, start with 2 additional train stewards and advanced prototype. That's good so far. A simple plan. Non-champion units cost +2 Ember, but we start with Sketches of Salvation. Woohoo, starting with Sketches of Salvation is pretty nice. But starting with additional train stewards with Sketches of Salvation is not so nice. Okay, well, there's a very straightforward plan here, which is replace your train stewards with better units, but while you've got them, they're doing a lot for you. Okay. Very well. Steward stack. And what shall we be playing with today? Kind of want to do a Stygian one with this. A Stygian Umbra is something that we haven't won on a very high Covenant rank. So Stygian Umbra. Now granted, this is not great for the Umbra because the morsels don't do so well. So maybe let's not do this combination. Let's try a different combination. How about we start with melting? We haven't done melting in a while. How about melting Stygian? There we go. Still doing the Stygian, but having melting as the primary clan. We have barely at all played with Little Fade, so I'm very interested in playing with Little Fade. The last time we did Melting Stygian was Covenant rank 10, and we did it with the primary. What is the Exiled? Foregone Power? I could do Foregone Power. Primitive Mold is not very good, but we're trying to do Little Fade. So let's do this. Steward Stack, Melting Stygian. Exiled. Let's go. So Remnant Host is not great with Sketches of Salvation. Seraph the Diligent is annoying, as always. I do like the Helical Chrysalis. The Hallowed Drippings means that we could actually take a burnout unit and they might not burn out in the center. But so far I don't really like this beginning. At your service and a simple plan. Okay, let's upgrade our champion first. Now with Little Fade, we've done very little. We've done Firelight all the way, actually, but we haven't done Little Icarus all the way. And I guess we could do that. Let's do Little Icarus and try to have Little Icarus go all the way to Little Icarus 3. Our artifact, apply Endless to the first friendly unit played each turn, is a little bit strange with Sketches of Salvation and a simple plan. So a Votive Key is probably not what we want. We probably want Tempered Talisman. So Tempered Talisman. The only reason to think of Votive Key is because Little Fade would get Endless, and that's a little bit nicer than having to Primitive Mold Little Fade all the time. But I think I'd rather do Tempered Talisman this time. And let's go into the first battle. This one's going to be a bit strange, I think. But at least the first battle is going to be very easy. We could do Mark of Invasion. We would get damage at the top unless we drew Helical Chrysalis on the first turn. Or I guess an additional train steward. Okay, we've got a few ways that we could avoid losing at the top, or avoid dying at the top if we turn this on, so let's turn it on. So the center is all train stewards, as we expected. And we did get a Train Steward to put at the top so that we can kill the clergymen that are up there. We also got Helical Chrysalis, which can do the same thing. Therefore, what do we do? I think we're going to play Foregone Power at the bottom no matter what. We're going to play Little Fade at the top no matter what. So let's play Little Fade at the top. Little Fade can get the Ember Drain, so she dies and the Ember Drain goes away. And then would we rather play Train Steward at the top or Helical Chrysalis? I guess Train Steward because it sticks around and it's not going to give us the additional Ember Drain. So there we go. We're killing the top, we're killing the center, and we've foregone power a bunch at the bottom. This one is going well so far, but I think with Sketches of Salvation in Advanced Prototype, the first few battles are going to go just fine. It's the ones after that that we're worried about. Okay, so what we do is we play Primitive Mold, get back Little Fade. Little Fade now goes here with Spikes 3. And unfortunately, Primitive Mold doesn't do anything, so we just play Foregone Power. Our center lost a Train Steward, but that's it. And we do play Little Fade again. Oops, that's a Train Steward, that's not Little Fade. Still, we could still play Little Fade. We don't really need to do anything to those, and Hallowed Drippings is actually pretty bad for us. There's Little Fade. Because they both have Burnout, it kind of doesn't matter what order we play them in. We're going to play them both because having them burn out means that if we Primitive Mold them again, they get better. And I guess Foregone Power here. Oh, we could have given them 5 burnout. What was I thinking? We have Hallowed Drippings. Anyway, we can actually do Primitive Mold, play the Train Steward, play the Train Steward behind, play the Remnant Host in front, and then play Hallowed Drippings, and then Foregone Power. And we're already winning at the bottom. At the bottom. How about that? Okay, well, you know, it's going well so far. We don't really want the units. I'm not really sure if we want Hallowed Drippings. Technically, having lots of Hallowed Drippings might be good. It might actually be good. But do we really want 3 Hallowed Drippings in the deck? I'm actually going to take it. Which seems weird. I admit it seems weird. We could get Titan's Tooth because having an offering card when we've got the Foregone Powers is helpful, but we probably want to get rid of the Foregone Powers. Do we still want Titan's Tooth? It benefits a lot from Tempered Talisman, but so does the other two. I tend to like Titan's Gratitude because it's a big hit for a small amount of Ember. And that's really nice, and the Attuned really helps too. Let's take Titan's Gratitude. If we didn't already have 2 Helical Chrysalis, I might have thought about the Helical Chrysalis more. So Merchant of Steel. Do we want a Merchant of Steel? We could upgrade a Train Steward, but I don't know that we want to. Let's go this way. And the most important thing is the banner unit, but let's check this out. We've got Extreme Stone and True Stone. That's incredible. Extreme Stone is almost certainly going to go on Titan's Gratitude. Let's just do that immediately. Titan's Gratitude gets an Extreme Stone. That's 190 damage already. And I think the True Stone goes on a Helical Chrysalis. I like that. Okay, I really like the upgrades that we've done so far. And now then... Merchant of Magic has an Eternal Stone, which could cause us to keep a Hallowed Drippings. That might be worthwhile. Surge Stone is terrible with what we have. Now let's get the banner unit. So the Lodestone Totem is not bad. The Siren of the Sea is not bad. The problem with both of these is they cost so much if they don't appear in the center. But our goal is to have basically everything appear in the center. So if we want everything to appear in the center, we might want the Lodestone Totem, actually. Oh, actually, if we take the Lodestone Totem, we could sacrifice it. Because who cares about the +2 Ember? That is interesting. I'm going to take the Lodestone Totem. This might be a really bad plan. It really depends on whether we get enough good other units. But I like it so far. Do we just re-roll here? The Eternal Stone... Eternal Stone I don't really like. Let's re-roll. Stackstone. Stackstone could go on a Hallowed Drippings to apply 10 burnout. I actually like that. I guess I'm going to spend on making a Hallowed Drippings better, which is interesting. Not something I would normally do. And then I think that our Piercing Helical Chrysalis gets the Power Stone. And then an Ember Stone... I guess we could put it on Primitive Mold. What else do you put on Primitive Mold? We could put it on the Hallowed Drippings that we just made cost extra. Because what else do we put on that Hallowed Drippings? I'm not sure. Let's do it on a Primitive Mold. Okay. We've done some upgrades. They were interesting choices. And I think we'll do just fine on this one because we're still at the part where our Train Stewards are excellent. However, they're going to get a lot worse later. So the Lodestone Totem is not playable. We want to play Little Fade and a Train Steward at the bottom. We want Little Fade to die as often as possible, basically. Because those are permanent spikes. Permanent spikes. So Little Fade didn't slay anything. Oh, actually, Little Fade only gets benefit for slays. Oh, right. Interesting. Well, let's get Little Fade back again. Maybe we won't play the Incant there. So we actually don't want Little Fade to just die all the time. We want Little Fade to slay all the time. Although the way that you do that is with your spikes, primarily. So we'll put you in front still, which means you're still going to die. I'm okay with that. And then the Remnant Host could go here too. Remnant Host could go behind a Little Fade. Kind of like that. Alright, Remnant Host behind Little Fade. And then Foregone Power at the top, so we get the Collector money. And the center is dying. Our Train Steward hasn't died yet in the center. Alright, Little Fade did slay one more. And we did get another Primitive Mold, as well as our Hallowed Drippings. So Little Fade can do significantly more, hopefully. You didn't die. How about that? Little Fade took all the hits. Let's do Primitive Mold. Let's get Little Fade. So Little Fade has a lot of attack at this point. I think we're going to put Little Fade in the center. And then let's play all of our Hallowed Drippings. So Little Fade has tons and tons of burnout. Let's see if Little Fade can get one more Slay. That's what I'm hoping for. So Little Fade is going to get that Slay. But that's it right now. Let's do Hallowed Drippings. Let's do Titan's Gratitude, of course. And then Foregone Power, I guess? Ooh, Little Fade now doesn't kill that one. Actually, I think Little Fade doesn't kill anybody. let's push the end turn button and see. Yeah, the Train Steward got the kill. That was unfortunate, actually. We wanted Little Fade to get the kill. Alright, well, anyway. We got Molded. I like Molded. Dripfall is also really nice, but I think I want Molded. Because we want to bring back Little Fade a lot more consistently, right? Is this a good idea? Because we already have tons of primitive molds in the deck. Do we really need a better Reform card versus just getting Dripfall, which is really helpful? Oh man. Maybe we should get Dripfall. Okay, I'm gonna get Dripfall. We'll stay with primitive molds. I do like Crypt Builder. We do have lots of ways to discard cards currently. We already have one Titan's Gratitude. Let's get a Crypt Builder. Oh, interesting. We could get a Divine Artifact. We don't really need a Divine Artifact, I don't think. There's a Divine Advanced Prototype. Alright. So we could get a Divine Advanced Prototype, or we could get 25 gold, because right now we really don't need this. I think let's skip and get the money, because we really don't need the Divine Artifact this early. Do we want a Hellvent? I don't think we do. I think we want to go to the right and get another banner unit. And then plan to remove the Train Stewards eventually. So that's the plan here. All three of these I can't really peek beforehand, so let's just peek in the one that we can. Another Extreme Stone. And a Seek Stone, but do we care about Seek Stone? Don't think we do. Another Extreme Stone, though. We could put that on the Titan's Gratitude again. Have Titan's Gratitude do 340 damage a hit. I like it. Titan's Gratitude is ridiculous. Okay. Now then. Let's get our banner unit first. Oh, these are good ones. These are good ones. I like Wickless Baron a lot. The Wickless Tycoon isn't bad either, but let's take Wickless Baron. I would not mind Wickless Baron appearing in the center. And then Artifact. So both of these are fine. I think that I really like Totem Fragment. Yeah, I really like Totem Fragment. But I don't know, Winged Indulgence is probably the better option. Winged Indulgence is probably the better option. Let's take that. And Concealed Caverns. What do you have for me? A Pillar of Light. We could duplicate a lot. Oh no, this is different. Oh, this one. Ooh, I don't remember this one very well. We haven't been to this particular event in a long time. Okay, so we could purge a spell and get unhinged power versions of it. So that's one option, which means we basically just get rid of foregone powers from the deck. One foregone power, for that matter, just one. So we could purge a foregone power, or we could infuse a Nexus Spike with the essence of 2 spells. Nexus Spike doesn't affect bosses. I think I want the Nexus Spike. So Nexus Spike... So we're going to infuse it with something like Crypt Builder, maybe? Or Helical Chrysalis. Some damage spell. I think I'm going to choose Helical Chrysalis. I don't think it gets any of the stones, but we're going to select this one just in case it does. And then... another thing... We could just do another Helical Chrysalis. So it's like a super Helical Chrysalis? I kind of like that. Super Helical Chrysalis, let's go. Okay. So... my understanding is that when we play this spell, it plays 2 copies of Helical Chrysalis. And it consumes. Alright. It's weird. It's a pretty decent spell, but it's weird. The fact that it consumes is kind of fine because it doesn't affect bosses. And as much as I want to do the Engage Pact, do we want to do it yet? We could Engage Pact the Lodestone Totem right now. Not sure that I want to. Not yet. We're going to wait on Engage Pact until much later in the run. Daedalus the Professor. Constructed explosives explode twice. That's kind of annoying for us, but luckily we've got spells that could probably kill them. Okay, so we play Little Fade at the bottom. We could apply... actually, nobody has Burnout yet. Not even Little Fade. Okay, so Little Fade goes at the bottom. That means Little Fade gets 1 Slay. And then... I guess there's no reason not to play Titan's Gratitude. Except, if we don't, we could play the Train Steward. The Train Steward would die to the Constructed Explosive unless we played it at the top. I do like that you got the Lodestone Totem there. I guess let's play Titan's Gratitude so that there's 2 of these that die. Sure. So we got Primitive Mold, which is excellent, because we want to bring our guy back. We could play the Primitive Mold here, because we've got the Incant here. I like it. Now they don't attack at all. Wonderful. Little Fade goes here. Little Fade is definitely going to die again. But we can cause Little Fade... Little Fade can't kill 2 of them unless I do nothing. If I do nothing, then Little Fade kills 2 of them. If I play the Helical Chrysalis, then we kill those 2. Little Fade only kills 1 of them. So we're actually disincentivized from playing Helical Chrysalis at the bottom. We could play it at the top. Just hit the boss with that and a foregone power. Alright, I do not like the Constructed Explosive there. We could Helical Chrysalis it. That's probably the right plan. Alright. Let's do Primitive Mold first. And actually, we can do that here. Play Little Fade at the bottom. Little Fade is not killing that front one. We could play a Helical Chrysalis, which would mean Little Fade wouldn't kill the back one instead of not killing the front one. Alright, not very helpful. If we play the Helical Chrysalis here, the Constructed Explosive still explodes. If we play the Nexus Spike, we kill both of those. I think we play the Nexus Spike now. Kill the Constructed Explosive, foregone power the boss again. Great. Little Fade, I wish that you got more slays. I really do want you to get more slays. Ooh, you could get more slays down there, perhaps. You are getting killed after killing 3 of them. You know, I kind of like that. We could drip ball one of them, which means you would kill 3 and not die. You would still die because you would burn out. Okay, you know, as it's happening right now is perfectly fine. Let's do what's happening now. And I could play a Train Steward at the top. A Crypt Builder just kills the Constructed Explosive. We could Drip Ball the Constructed Explosive. That's actually interesting because then you would get another Harvest. I don't know if the actions happen when they're dazed. I'm gonna try it. Drip Ball this. I don't think the actions happen when they're dazed, so Wickless Baron gets an additional Harvest. There we go. And then hopefully we discard Crypt Builder. Darn. Alright. I do really like that Little Fade is getting 3 kills this turn. Oh, right. Conduit and Infiltrator went to the top. Granted, it had 0 attack, so we don't really care, but the Conduit and Infiltrator did go to the top. We did not get a way to get Little Fade back, which is much worse. That's kind of bad. Especially because you're going to skip the second floor again. Ooh, that's kind of bad. What do we do here? Because we definitely don't want you guys to skip the middle floor, but I can't hit that Conduit Infiltrator there. We could play a Train Steward at the bottom this turn to do 20 damage to that one. It's kind of not enough. But we could get a Primitive Mold next turn to bring back Little Fade. Let's do this. So Train Steward here, and Foregone Power here. Hit you for a fair amount. And then deal with you on the top floor. So how are we going to deal with you on the top floor? Don't know. Does Little Fade deal with you on the top floor? Yes, Little Fade does deal with you on the top floor. Okay. Let's play Little Fade at the top then. If we play Little Fade at the top, she gets 1 kill. Which is actually as much as I think we would be able to get anyway. So let's do it. And then at the bottom we could play the Remnant Host. And a Foregone Power? Let's just play Hollow Dripix up here. And then play the Foregone Power. Alright. How did Daedalus the Professor kill all of them? Oh, they had Burnout, didn't they? Right. Okay. Not only could we easily kill you with these things, but we could also play Titan's Gratitude to kill you. I think I'm going to play Helical Chrysalis. Oh, we couldn't play the Titan's Gratitude after that. Sad. Because of Ember Drain from Little Fae. Anyway, we win in the center, which is pretty normal when you've got Sketches of Salvation. I do like how big my Harvest unit got. So I think having the Harvest unit in the center is very helpful. Harness the Titan. Ooh. I don't think we want Hallowed Halls. Do we want Harness the Titan? Because it's really nice with the spell cards that we have. It is really nice with the spell cards that we have. Let's take one. What do we want in the center? We certainly want Siren of the Sea. Okay, this has been a hard choice. I'm kind of thinking Fell's Remorse, because we've got some expensive spells. The Crypt Builders, the Helical Chrysalises, the Nexus Spike, and then all of our units that currently are too much for Sketches of Salvation want the Ember. So let's take Fell's Remorse. Okay. We want to go to the Unstable Vortex. We also want to go to the Stygian Banner. Sad. Let's go Unstable Vortex. So I would like to upgrade my champion with the next one of Little Icarus, I think. Yeah. Let's do the Little Icarus path. Now, what are we removing from our deck? Technically, we want to remove Train Stewards because they're taking up space. Actually, the Remnant Host is probably one of the worst things that we have. Even worse than the Train Stewards. Let's remove a Remnant Host. The Remnant Host is gone. And then, would we rather remove a Train Steward to get close to 4 units, or remove a Foregone Power? I think we want to remove a Train Steward to get closer to the 4 units that we want in the center. Now, Merchant of Steel. Immortal Stone is definitely not what we wanted to see. We could re-roll straight up instead of spending on any of these to hope to get a better stone there. Or we could get a Battle Stone, Strength Stone, and then re-roll. Considering I don't know what my end units are going to be, I'm not really sure what to do here. So, the Wickless Baron and Siren of the Sea are both really good. They're also pretty decent to sacrifice, but I don't think we're going to get so many that we sacrifice one of those. In that case, do we take a Battle Stone and a Strength Stone? And then reroll? Maybe. I want the Wickless Baron to be probably the strongest unit. So let's put a Strength Stone on, or a Battle Stone on Wickless Baron. Let's put a Strength Stone on Siren of the Sea. And let's reroll. Speed Stone. You know, it's not terrible. It's not terrible, but it's also not really what I wanted. What would we put Speed Stone on? We could put it on the Wickless Baron or the Siren of the Sea. I don't know. I don't know if either of those are amazing to have a Speed Stone on them. Would we rather get a Rune Stone on one of those? Man, this is unfortunate, because I don't think we have something that gets strong enough in the center right now. think I'd rather have a runestone. I'm gonna put a runestone on Siren of the Sea. And then, do we put the Speedstone on anything? And the Wickless Baron would be the one that we might put it on. It's pretty meaningless right now, I think, for you to have a Speedstone. But is it better in the future for you to have a Speedstone? Are we going to keep a Train Steward? You know what? Let's think about whether we're going to keep a Train Steward. So, we have 3 units that we kind of want to keep. We would prefer to sacrifice one of them. We don't get any units there. We don't get any units there. We might not get any more units. We might not get any more units. So maybe we upgrade one of our Train Stewards. Because the Train Stewards are not terrible. And a Train Steward having Quick would be fine. Okay, 1 Train Steward gets Quick and Strength Stone. Okay, you know what? They were choices. They were choices that we made. Let's move on. Aggressive Amulet. I do not mind. I don't like the Clipped Conduit, though. If the Clipped Conduit wasn't here... You know what? We have to put on Aggressive Amulet. Right? Because then the Clipped Conduit has a chance to hit my Little Fade. And Little Fade might be the only thing that we can do against the Clipped Conduits. Right now, the Winged Indulgence makes them not deal damage. Oh man, I think this one might go very poorly. Because the haste is really bad with Sketches of Salvation. Okay, we did get Titan's Gratitude at the beginning, which is pretty nice. So let's play our Little Fade at the bottom. Do we care to play anything else? I mean, I guess we play Primitive Mold because of the incant value. And then we play Titan's Gratitude to kill the front one, so that the next one dies to Little Fade. And then the Foregone Power doesn't do anything, so we'll play it on this floor for the incant. Okay. Now we really need to bring Little Fade back. We have the opportunity to bring Little Fade back. So there's Little Fade. Little Fade only has 6 health, though. Oh, that's so terrible. Little Fade only has 6 health. So we've got to play Little Fade at the bottom. We've got to do a Foregone Power at the top. And a Helical Chrysalis at the bottom. And Little Fade is not going to do enough damage. We could play our Train Steward instead of Helical Chrysalis. That's an option. So that's an interesting option. If we played the Train Steward instead of Helical Chrysalis, we would do less damage this turn with it, but we would still have it for next turn. And if we put it in front, then Little Fade could go in the back and hit that guy a little bit more. Because the 35 damage is greater than the 26 spikes. Okay, I'm good with this. So Train Steward, Little Fade will burn out. And then we play Foregone Power. I'm still thinking we play it at the top. And then we really need something to deal with those units that are going up right now. Okay, we've got a Nexus Spike. We've got a Nexus Spike and we've got a Primitive Mold. So the Primitive Mold, certainly we play that. We get Little Fade. If Little Fade goes in front down here, then Little Fade does 26 damage to the front unit. If we put it behind, then Little Fade kills the clipped conduit. Oh, that's what we wanted. Alright, so Little Fade goes behind. Little Fade is going to kill the clipped conduit, which is wonderful. The Nexus Spike will take care of our top problem. And then we actually want to play the Foregone Powers here, because we need to deal with that front unit as much as we can. Alright. Great. Now there's some that actually made it to the center for the first time. We could play Helical Chrysalis, which would kill the front one and damage the next one. Still no way to hit the clipped conduit, though, this turn. Yeah, that's not great. We'll probably play Hallowed Drippings to add Burnout to Fade for next turn when we Primitive Mold. And then we might use Dripfall next turn to bring one of those down. Okay, here's the plan. Helical Chrysalis, and then Hallowed Drippings, and then click End turn. Okay, so we can Dripfall, and we should Dripfall. Let's Primitive Mold first. So Primitive Mold first. We get Little Fade, which is surprising because there's two other choices there. So glad we got Little Fade. Now Little Fade could go at the top and get another kill against that clipped conduit. Or we could kill the clipped conduit with a Foregone Power, put Little Fade at the bottom. I think we put Little Fade at the bottom, because we really want Little Fade to kill a clipped conduit next turn. Alright, and so we Dripfall you, and we Foregone Power this one, and then the Harness the Titan uses our Incant. And you know, our center is not very strong yet. I just realized the center is not very strong yet. Well, I guess maybe we should have put the Little Fade at the top. Little Fade kills the clipped conduit down here, though. That was the most important thing for Little Fade to do. The Helical Chrysalis can kill this one, so we do that. We are definitely going to play the Foregone Power here, so let's play the Primitive Molds in the center for the Incant. And we got a Lodestone Totem to put at the bottom, and our Quick Train Steward. You know, that's not too bad. I think I want to put them behind Little Fade, because we want Little Fade to kill the clipped conduit still. I guess because you'd have Burnout 1, that would happen anyway. Anyway, I think we did pretty okay right here. Killing that clipped conduit was very important. Okay, we did get a self-mutilation, but we are winning in the center, so all is good. All is good in the world, and Primitive Mold doesn't do anything, so we just click End turn and win. Oh, right. That one was a tricky one because of the clipped conduits. The haste is real bad when you've got Sketches of Salvation. But we managed it. apply stealth to friendly units is pretty nice because we're going to have 4 in the center. As much as I want to take Subsuming Blade, I'm not sure that I should. Mortal Entrapment is really good, though. Oh man, this is a hard choice. Engulfed in Smoke or Mortal Entrapment. Engulfed in Smoke keeps my middle units alive. Mortal Entrapment is something that we can do against bosses. Subsuming Blade would be the first targeted spell card that we would have. Which is also good. The stealth in the center seems important, but I mostly need my center ones to deal more damage. I think I'm going to take the Engulfed in Smoke. I think the stealth might be really important. Ice Storm is not bad at all. Yeah, Ice Storm is not bad. With Temper Talisman and the Harness the Titan, Ice Storm is not bad. We are taking a lot of cards. We've got a 33 card deck already, which is a little bit questionable. Do we want a Concealed Caverns or Herzl's Hoard? I almost think Herzl's Hoard might be the correct option. Do we want Merchant of Steel or Merchant of Magic? Could really take either of those. Let's go to the left. Get the Herzl's Hoard. And the money. Alright, let's peek in the Merchant of Magic. We see a Freeze Stone. I do like that. We might Freeze Stone the Engulfed in Smoke or the Harness the Titan. Freeze Stone Harness the Titan is not terrible. It's just that you want to play that as often as you can. It's just that you want to play it when it actually hits things as well. We're going to get that Freeze Stone. I haven't figured out what we're going to put it on. Divine Temple has another Extreme Stone. Alright. So putting that on Ice Storm is pretty valuable. I think we're going to do that immediately. Alright. Ice Storm now does a lot more. Seek Stone we still don't care about. We still don't care about Seek Stone. Alright, Herzl's Hoard. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. Ooh, I like it. The Mark of an Exile does basically nothing, because 50% more than 1 is 1.5. It might give her 2, but 2 is pretty unimpressive. So I guess we take Lightstone Casing. And then what do we put the Freeze Stone on? We could put it on Dripfall as well. You know, Dripfall might be the right answer here. Let's put it on Dripfall. Let's put a Power Stone on probably Crypt Builder or Ice Storm. I'm going to put it on Crypt Builder. I'm going to kind of spread out my upgrades a little bit. And then Emberstone can go on Dripfall, or it could go on any of the other great things for it to go on. Could go on Harness the Titan. Put it on Harness the Titan. Let's reroll. Eternal Stone. Now that could go on Nexus Spike. It's not amazing on Nexus Spike, but it could go on Nexus Spike. Let's not do it. Surge Stone, we still don't want. Emberstone we could put on another thing that's good for an Emberstone, like Dripfall. Dripfall is good for an Emberstone. Is that the only one? Actually, Primitive Molds are good for Emberstones. Let's put it on a Primitive Mold. Okay. I did not like this particular Merchant of Magic that much. But let's purge a card. I am thinking that we purge a Train Steward. Yeah, we definitely have to purge more Train Stewards, so let's start. Okay, I think that's all we do. I don't want to use a Divine Temple just yet. There are more to be had. So we'll use them before the end. Just, I want to know what my 4 units are going to be for Sketches of Salvation before we start using those temples. Heaven Seal. Heaven Seal is bad for the overcharged tank, but it's kind of meaningless for the Silent Marksman. Hard choice. Heaven Seal could kill us, is the thing. I don't want to die, but I do want a random artifact. Let's not turn it on. Let's just click fight. Okay, Little Fade at the bottom is great. Ice Storm also could just kill all of them. Well, let's put Little Fade at the bottom and play an Ice Storm and just kill all of them. Why not? Alright, Helical Chrysalis in the center for the Incant. Dripfall will keep in. Okay, Little Fade. You need to be able to kill that one. I like that you're killing that one. I like that the Collector is dying. We should play Titan's Gratitude, if nothing else. Let's just start with that. Titan's Gratitude, kill that one. Do we do anything else? Foregone Power doesn't do anything here. Hallowed Drippings doesn't do anything yet. Dripfall could do what? Not much. Alright, let's just do the Foregone Power here. And let Little Fade die for the first time. So that she actually has a little bit of health. Although I'm not sure how much the little bit of health is going to do for her. Alright, Primitive Mold here. We get Little Fade back. Little Fade can kill something. Or we could get Nexus Spike to kill something. Nexus Spike could kill all of those. The other option is Train Steward. So what if... well, actually, they all have Stealth. Right. The Stealth means that Train Steward doesn't do anything. We really do want to play Nexus Spike. I'm just sad that Little Fade is going to burn out and do nothing. Basically. Let's do the Nexus Spike. Kill all of those. I guess we could Dripfall you, so that Little Fade actually does something. You know, I don't mind that. Dripfall you, it's not like we were killing you anyway. And then that also means we could Foregone Power you. Let's use the Primitive Mold here so we get the Incant. And Foregone Power. Alright. There we go. Now you should die when you're in the center. Do we get Little Fade back? We don't. And Harness the Titan is useless. How sad. Well, we play Harness the Titan here. We could play the Train Steward at the bottom. It would not die this turn, and it would deal a little bit of damage to the overcharged tank. I guess let's do that. And then we Foregone Power to kill the front one. And we Foregone Power here for the Incant. I really don't like you. You are really bad for me. Okay, Brief Respite. Brief Respite coming at a weird time because of when we get Little Fade back. So we've got to do the helical chrysalis here in the center. We've got to do primitive mold. Primitive mold gets back a little fade. And then we play the other primitive mold because there's no reason not to, and we get the incant. Helical chrysalis kills the front one and damages the back one. That means we do more damage to the back one. The problem is we don't do enough damage to the back one. Little Fade has Burnout 2. I don't like how this is going. Do we put Little Fade at the top? I think we put Little Fade at the top. According to my notes, the boss is going to come with 2 Silent Marksmen behind, which kind of means we want Little Fade at the bottom, but Little Fade does not have enough health to go at the bottom. So I guess Little Fade goes at the top, and we're going to have to come up with something to do against the boss. And I'm worried. Worried about how this is going. Okay. So we could actually add stealth to our unit, which would take off the stealth from all of those units. Little Fade is getting a kill, which is very nice. We can play Primitive Mold. We don't have anything to get back. So I kind of like using the Engulfed in Smoke at the bottom, because then you lose 2 stealth. And, oh, and you kill both of the Silent Marksmen, don't you? Oh, Engulfed in Smoke at the bottom is actually really good. How about that? Alright. Alright. Interesting option, but it worked out very well. Now the problem is the boss has a lot of health, and we don't have a lot of time to take care of the boss. So Harness the Titan is excellent right now. Primitive Mold gets back a Little Fade again, which, you know, it's better to get it back right now than not. So we should play that, probably. It's better than playing both Helical Chrysalists, right? Little Fade will do more than 70 damage, which is about as much as this one does, even with the incant, right? So get back Little Fade. That's not Little Fade. Well, we'll play the Train Steward at the top. Train Steward doesn't do as much as Little Fade would have done. And then we play this Helical Chrysalis to do some more damage. Okay. The problem is that the boss still has a lot of health. The good thing is the boss used all of its stealth. If we get our lightning card, we win. That's not a lightning card. I meant Titan's Gratitude. So we did get Primitive Mold, which is good. So Primitive Mold gets back Little Fade, which is good. Play Little Fade. We can actually play all of our cards, so we should play as many as we can. If we play this Train Steward, we actually don't want to put it in front, because we want the spikes from Little Fade to do as much as it can before the burnout burns out Little Fade. Right? Maybe not. If we put the Train Steward in front, then Little Fade burns out without ever dealing spikes damage, but does get to do 57 damage 3 times. Ooh, this is a hard choice. Actually don't know which one is the best option. Alright, we don't need to figure out which one is the best option, because we're already winning. Great. And Little Fade gets the kill, which is also what we want, so we just click End Turn. Alright, that was a close one. I did not like how close that was. We definitely don't want those two. I mean, Memento Mori isn't terrible, but the only unit that really dies is Little Fade, so I think we're going to skip. I always like Deep Offering, I always like Deep Offering. How good is Unnamed Tome? We're going up against Seraph the Diligent, which devours our spell. That's not the one that Unnamed Tome is the best at. I think I like Deep Offering too much not to take it. Let's take Deep Offering. And then I feel like we have to go to the right here. Let's get the Pyre health. We're up to full health. We haven't actually taken damage on our Pyre. It's just that we've gotten really close to just outright dying from a boss. So we're not doing well. Let's look at the Merchant of Steel. Another Speedstone. Don't like seeing that. We could re-roll in hopes for something better. We probably will. Let's take the Divine Horde. Iron Drop Cage makes Drip Fall better. And that's it. Sinner's Salve is a little bit useful. Capricious Reflection, it's too late for it. I think Iron Drop Cage is actually the best. It's not amazing, but I think it's the best. And then Merchant of Steel. I think we re-roll. Just straight up re-roll and hope that this one is better. We get a large stone. That is much, much better. And I think we put it on Wickless Baron. So I'm thinking about... Hold on. So the only units that we have are Little Fade, which does not go in the center, the Lodestone Totem, Siren of the Sea, Wickless Baron, and Train Stewards. Are we keeping 2 Train Stewards? Because if we are, that would be better for the Large Stone. Because we want to sacrifice the Lodestone Totem. The 1 health means that we want to sacrifice it. The fact that it's not mastered means that we don't, but honestly, I think we might have to sacrifice it in order to win. So, we would sacrifice it, and that would sacrifice the chance to master it. But I think we're probably sacrificing the Lodestone Totem. Which means, if we're doing that, then we're keeping 2 Train Stewards. Which means I should upgrade another Train Steward. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Let's upgrade another Train Steward. And then we don't have the money for anything else. So let's remove 2 cards. And you know what? Now it's probably the time to remove these 2 Train Stewards. As much as removing other things might also be worthwhile, I think we remove these. And now we really do want to get a temple to sacrifice at. But let's see if we can win against Archus Darkness Incarnate. I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure how well we're doing. At least the blinding and shattering, well, the shattering does something. Because when one of my units dies, we get a weight of contrition. Which is bad when we've got Little Fade who dies all the time. Blinding Dark Shard also affects Little Fade. Okay, both of those affect Little Fade a lot. Sketches of Salvation usually makes those not a problem, but not when we have Little Fade. Oh no, the Wickless Baron didn't end up in the center. So I think what we do is we put the Wickless Baron at the top, and we hope to get our Descent card, our Drip Fall, and Drip Fall the Wickless Baron. Because we really want the Wickless Baron in the center. And Little Fade goes at the bottom. This means that we don't get to kill this one until next turn. If we play the Wickless Baron at the top. but I think we really do want to play Wickless Baron at the top. And then we Primitive Mold twice in the center for the Incant. Oh, interesting. This is why you want to have exactly 4 units. The Shattering Dark Shard at the bottom. Kind of sad. Not that we're doing much at the bottom. So, play the Weight of Contrition, I think. Play the Weight of Contrition. Play the Helical Chrysalis to kill those 2. And then that's it for this turn. Oh, right, one of you has Quick, so the Lodestone Totem survives. Nice. I'm actually really happy about that. We really want our card to descend our guy up there. We haven't gotten it yet. We could get it with Deep Offering, though. Let's play the Harness the Titan, and then the Ice Storm, and then Deep Offering. We got Dripfall. Alright. We're going to play Dripfall. You get Dazed 1. That's no problem. We can even Primitive Mold to get our little Fade back. Granted, Burnout 1. But still. Better to player than not. And then Foregone Power at the top to do 6 Frostbite, or in the center to do the Incant. You know, actually hard to say. Let's do Frostbite. Alright, we need our little Fade back again. Aha, we got it. Great. Primitive Mold. Get little Fade back. Put little Fade at the bottom. Oh, the back one doesn't do any damage. That's funny. Alright, well still, we play little Fade at the bottom. The Nexus Spike is perfect right now, so let's play it. And then we play Primitive Mold in the center for the Incant. And we play Foregone Power against the boss again. We could play it against you, but because we've got the Quick Train Steward in the center and the Harvest, we don't want to. Alright, great. Against the boss. Okay, the Blinding Dark Shard is not the worst right now. It's very nice to have the Hallowed Drippings in my hand. We'll play the Weight of Contrition, of course. Let's play the Hallowed Drippings now, so that Little Fade has tons of burnout next time we bring her back. And then Titan's Gratitude at the bottom, of course. Yeah. Great. And Little Fade gets to kill the Quill Marksman. Wonderful. Okay, I want Little Fade back again. We get Little Fade back again. Alright. Primitive Mold, we get Little Fade back. Play Little Fade at the bottom. Little Fade gets to kill the center one. Oh, and the front one, because the spikes and attack are enough to do it. Very nice. Let's play the 2 Primitive Molds in the center, and a Foregone Power at the top. If we had one of these Primitive Molds to have a Keepstone on it, I would get rid of the rest. If we also had the ability to get rid of the rest, I guess. My Little Fade is actually getting pretty good, which is kind of surprising. This is one of those times where Harness the Titan is useless. Let's play the Weight of Contrition, of course. Let's play... We could play Engulfed in Smoke on Little Fade, but I don't really see the point. How do you have 2 burnout? Didn't we give you, like, tons of burnout? Wait a minute. When we give you tons of burnout, does it not... It doesn't stay? That's really annoying. Why does it work like that? Wait a minute, that's so weird. Do we want to stealth our units in the center? I do. I'm very weirded out about how the burnout works differently than I think it should. Because it remembers how many times you've brought a unit back. So why doesn't it remember the burnout? Oh, all of my units are stealth. Right, that's why I did that. So that turn would go well. Okay, Little Fade at the bottom is going to deal just the spikes damage. But you know what? We do just the spikes damage. And then, of course, we play Ice Storm and Helical Chrysalis on the boss. And a Foregone Power. Alright, the boss has far too much health. I'm worried about this. And we're only drawing those 5 cards. We can Drip Fall the boss, which is good. We got our Iron Drop Cage too. Okay, you know what? There's actually some things we can do next turn. Okay, how much are we doing to the boss immediately? Oh, we're actually going to beat the boss. Because we play Primitive Mold. We play Drip Fall. We're already beating the boss now. But we get to play Helical Chrysalis, play Little Fade at the top, and then play Foregone Power, which discards Crypt Builder. Wonderful. Alright. I'm pretty glad we won that one. I wasn't very confident, but we did win it. And there he goes. Another Deep Offering. I do like it. The Wax and Spike I tend to not like. And Siren Song... What do I think about Siren Song? I don't know about Siren Song, because the Daze 3 is nice. Actually, it goes really well with Iron Drop Cage. We'll take it. It might not be good, and we certainly need Herzl's Compound at this point. Alright, somehow we're still doing really well. Ooh, we could duplicate. We could duplicate a unit. What unit would we duplicate if we duplicated a unit? I didn't think about that when I was calculating which 4 that we had. Granted, I probably want to go this way anyway because of the unstable vortex. Yeah, let's go to the right anyway. We're not going to duplicate a unit. Could duplicate a spell as well, but we're not going to duplicate anything. We're going to go this way. Unfortunately, the Merchant of Trinkets doesn't do anything because we just don't have the cash. But we get to remove, we get to take a Forgotten Boons. Let's check just to see if we can buy anything. We can't. Alright. That's kind of what I expected. Unstable Vortex is great. Let's upgrade our champion. So Little Icarus 3 is not much better, because you get less slays. So Little Fade gets stronger slower. I mean, she gets stronger faster than she would, but the third Little Icarus is not that great. I was really thinking that we would get an extra bonus rather than just a +1 to each for each upgrade there. Anyway, Unstable Vortex, we're certainly removing Foregone Powers, I believe. Maybe 1 Foregone Power and 1 Primitive Mold. I really like to always have the Primitive Molds when we have Little Fade, but we get them a lot when we don't have Little Fade. I think I want to remove the Foregone Powers more. Yeah. Remove the Foregone Powers more, and then Divine Temple. Do we want Value Stone anywhere? It's good on Deep Offering. It is really good on Deep Offering. It is also very good on Engulfed in Smoke. Let's do the Engage Pact. So we're going to sacrifice Lodestone Totem. because the +2 Ember doesn't do anything to us. And this makes it so that we have exactly 4 units. And when it doesn't really matter who we sacrifice it to. If it doesn't matter, we put it on the one that has the most health. Okay. Do we take the value stone or do we hold out? I think we take the value stone. And we put it on Engulfing Smoke. So we've got 110 pack shards. And I could remove a card. Could purge here. But I think I'm going to wait until next ring to purge. Okay, let's go. We're making it at least pretty far. The Mark of Invasion. How bad is that? It's not that bad. The Wilt Wings are annoying, but it's not that bad. Let's turn it on. The 400 gold might be really helpful. Okay. Little Fade we could put at the top. Although we are probably going to do Nexus Spike at the top, just to kill those 3. So maybe we put Little Fade at the bottom. Really don't like the Winged Conduit there. Okay, we put Little Fade... We put Little Fade at the bottom, because we really want to do the Nexus Spike at the top. Fine. Little Fade needs to die before she does much anyway. So Nexus Spike at the top. And then if we play the Hallowed Drippings, then the Foregone Power has a better chance to hit Crypt Builder. So I'm going to do that. We also get an Incant. And the Sap, which the Sap does a little bit. Okay, we really hope to discard Crypt Builder. Oh gosh, we lost the 50% chance. Okay, the middle is a problem right now. The middle is a problem right now. If Siren Song had Permafrost on it, it would be much better. Alright, we play a Primitive Mold, we get our Little Fade back. Little Fade goes at the bottom, definitely. But do we wait until after we play a Helical Chrysalis? I guess we're going to play all of our cards because we can spend them all. We can't play the Siren Song here. So maybe we don't play the Siren Song. I'm worried about next turn, because this guy is going to get higher up, because we're not going to kill you. And I also want to do the Helical Chrysalis at the bottom to kill the Wilt Wings right now, especially because you're taking so much damage. We could reduce how much damage you're taking by playing spells here, though. If we play Little Fade at the bottom... If we do the Helical Chrysalis, then Little Fade doesn't get a kill at the bottom, but does deal damage to the second one. If we play it without the Helical Chrysalis, then Little Fade just kills the Wilt Wings. I guess let's just kill the Wilt Wings. And then we play the rest of our spells here. So Primitive Mold goes here. We play Helical Chrysalis here. We play Foregone Power here. We can't play the Siren Song. Okay, at least we're not taking as much damage anymore, but still, really don't like that you're going to get to the Pyre. And we didn't even kill the Steel Wings. Okay, we did get a primitive mold. We got an ice storm, which is really nice. We also got engulfed in smoke. We want to play the engulfed in smoke here no matter what. So let's start there. You have stealth. Did not notice that you have stealth. That's annoying. Let's do the primitive mold. I want to play Deep Offering, but it doesn't look like we have the Ember to play Deep Offering. Where do we want to play Ice Storm? We probably want to play that at the top. It would also be good in the center. So I really want to kill the Gilded Wing before it makes it to the top. But also, do we just take the damage from the Gilded Wing? Because the other thing that I could do is Drip Fall this winged conduit to right here, and then play Ice Storm in the center. And that's pretty good. It's better than Drip Falling you. Although if we did Drip Fall you, we'd have another chance to deal with you. We just don't deal enough damage in the center yet. Let's Drip Fall the center one. Yeah, let's Drip Fall the center one. So Drip Fall the center one. It gets dazed. And then the Ice Storm in the center is really good. So we play Ice Storm in the center. And then we play Little Fade somewhere. Little Fade could go at the bottom. It would take 4 damage and then 5 damage. And then it would take the 19 damage and die, but it would kill both of the Wilt Wings. Killing both of the Wilt Wings is pretty decent. Let's do that. And then Foregone Power doesn't really do anything up there. We're going to take 3 damage in our Pyre currently. Okay, well, you know what? It's going. Don't know how well it's going, but it's going. So we start with a primitive mold. We play a Harness the Titan, of course. We could play another primitive mold because there's no reason not to. You still have Dazed 2. You're still going to hit the Pyre for a bit, though, as it currently stands. Little Fade could kill the center one if we put Little Fade at the bottom, which is pretty nice. Let's do that. Oh, right, the ×2 attack means that you don't kill the center one. I mean, we're going to play the Titan's Gratitude as well this turn. Let's play the Helical Chrysalis here. And then let's play Titan's Gratitude at the bottom. But I guess we could play Hallowed Drippings just for the Incant. Let's do it just for the Incant. And then Titan's Gratitude at the bottom, kill that front one. That means that Little Fade kills the next one. And we didn't do anything to you, so you're going to hit the Pyre. You're going to hit the Pyre for a bit. Yeah, we took some damage on the Pyre. I did not like that. We could do Pyre Bound right now. The Siren Song. That's actually pretty good right now, so let's do it. And then we want to play spells. So I guess we play spells. Okay, I'm really worried about the boss. We got engulfed in smoke. It'd be better next turn, but giving everybody stealth for one turn is not terrible. Oh, we can't kill the winged conduit. That's so sad. Alright, well, engulfed in smoke is still going to go here. Engulfed in smoke goes there. Little Fade goes down here so that we deal the spikes damage. It's not a lot, but it is something. Primitive mold, and I think we play Foregone Power on the boss. But would it be better to just do the incant on you? It actually is probably better to do the incant on you, so let's just do the incant. Okay. We have to do something really good this turn. I really like seeing a lot of these. The Harness the Titan, the Drip Ball. We even got Primitive Mold. Alright, so Harness the Titan. Primitive Mold. Little Fade can go at the top. We can play Helical Chrysalis. Drip Ball the boss to daze the boss. And then Titan's Gratitude with a Crypt Builder attached. Alright, the boss doesn't die, but we do deal so much damage that Little Fade can kill the boss. Alright. That was also really close. That was really close. I'm very happy that Little Fade gets the kill, though. Little Fade getting the kill is nice. We could even Drip Fall the boss so that you can actually deal the damage yourself. Okay, 24 damage taken. We did get the trial bonus, which is huge. I like Mortal Entrapment a lot. I also liked Engulfed in Smoke a lot. Which one of those do we want? The Mortal Entrapment is really good against bosses, especially the last two bosses that we're going to fight. Because the last two bosses that we fight are on the screen the entire time. So I like Mortal Entrapment a lot. Let's take Mortal Entrapment. Another Deep Offering. I like Deep Offering. Let's do another Deep Offering. It could be good. It could do almost nothing. I want to go to another Unstable Vortex. Do I want another Merchant of Steel? I really do, because we haven't upgraded the Wickless Baron or this Train Steward as much as we could. And we could duplicate. What would we duplicate? Let's think about what we would duplicate, and that might send me that way or not. So one of the things that we would want to duplicate is Mortal Entrapment. We don't want to duplicate Siren Song. We don't want to duplicate a unit. The Titan's Gratitude is not terrible. I think that I would not mind duplicating. Let's go to the right. Divine Temple, what do you have? Twin Stone. Twin Stones are usually really good. We could Twin Stone Engulfed in Smoke with the Value Stone on it. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I think we're probably going to Twin Stone the Engulfed in Smoke with the Value Stone on it. I think that's very strong. Let's look at the Merchant of Trinkets. Cuddlebeard is pretty bad. Concussive Coals is not too shabby. Boon of the Blacksmith is okay. Frenzy Stone is exactly one of the things that we wanted to see. Alright. I think the Frenzy Stone is too good to not take. And do we put it on the Wickless Baron or the Trade Steward? The Wickless Baron gets stronger because of the Harvest, but the Trade Steward does a lot more damage at the beginning. I don't know which one of those we care most about, because the beginning damage is very important. I think we have enough spells to take care of the beginning, so we're going to Frenzy Stone the Wickless Baron. Now then, we probably get the Rune Stone here. There's also the possibility of reroll. I guess there's no reason not to take the Pyre Remains. Let's think about the Merchant of Trinkets. We could just reroll these because the Concussive Coals isn't amazing, and the Boon of the Blacksmith isn't amazing. The Boon of the Blacksmith is not bad. Of all of the Pyre upgrades, I think Boon of the Blacksmith is my favorite. But we could just reroll, and we could also reroll here, instead of putting the Rune Stone on you. We definitely don't want the Wick Stone on you. So I have two potential rerolls. I think let's do the reroll here first. Sigiled Seaweed is not bad. Trader's Quill, we've got a few consume cards, deep, and actually that helps a lot in the Seraph battle. I think I want the Trader's Quill and maybe the Sigiled Seaweed. If we got both of those, we could not afford them. We're 5 gold short. 5 gold from being able to afford both of those. Probably the Trader's Quill is the best of these, though, for what we need. So our other source of money spend, let's reroll here. So we could get another quick unit, a quick unit on the one with the large stone. It's really not bad. The other option is Strength Stone, because Strength Stone is pretty good on that one too. I like the Strength Stone, especially if we're going to duplicate Engulfed in Smoke. Yeah, okay, let's do this. We're going to do the Strength Stone. So Strength Stone on you. We are going to upgrade the Engulfed in Smoke with a Twin Stone. And then we're going to duplicate that Engulfed in Smoke. So now we should be able to apply a lot... Oh, and we're 5 short from getting 150 pack shards. I mean, should we get 150 pack shards? We could put a Seek Stone on one of the Engulfed in Smoke. Let's go for 150 pack shards. Alright, so we've got 150 pack shards. Because we were really close to it, we went for it. Now, I think we take the Trader's Quill. And then I think we purge another Foregone Power. Not a Primitive Mold. Not a Primitive Mold. Foregone Power. I think Foregone Power still is worse than a Primitive Mold. Okay. I don't know how this is gonna go. I think we've greatly improved ourselves in this final ring, but we also significantly increased our pack shards, and we've been only barely winning so far. So, let's see how it goes. Don't really know how it's gonna go. The Draining Emblem, I have to remember. I'm not going to like consuming spells all the time. Don't you normally put a Light Wings out? Do you not put a Light Wings on the first turn? I don't understand. Alright, Little Fade. Little Fade goes at the bottom. We probably want to play... We want to play something that we're okay with consuming. The Hallowed Drippings could be the thing that we're okay consuming. Or the Siren's Song. I mean... I don't know. Let's keep the Siren Song for now. We're going to get rid of the Hallowed Drippings. So that consumes, we deal 30 damage. Now the Engulfed in Smoke, we play that twice here. And the theory is that my center will be stealthy all the time. Now, Ice Storm hopefully kills the back two. Great. And then if we play Pyre Bound on Seraph the Diligent, in theory, Seraph the Diligent should not move and end up with Dazed 5. Alright, it worked. It worked exactly as I hoped. Oh, and Little Fade got a kill. I did not notice that Little Fade was going to get that kill. Alright. Well, what do we consume this turn? The Foregone Power we definitely consume. Alright. Consume the Foregone Power. What did we discard? We discarded something I wanted to play. Oh, we discarded a Crypt Builder. How fortunate. How about that? That was very unlikely that we would discard that. So, I think we play the Vengeful Shard instead of 2 Helical Chrysalists. It's only 1 damage. You know what? Let's play 2 Helical Chrysalists. One of them is going to go here, because we have to deal some damage there. The other one I think is going to go on Seraph so that we knock down some of that spell shield. We definitely want to knock down the spell shield. Because we're going to want to play spells against Seraph in this fight. The Vengeful Shards will probably just deal us damage. Okay, there's 3 primitive molds in the same turn. Not very nice. I guess we'll play them, though. So 1 primitive mold got consumed. Should have consumed the one that cost 1. Everything is dying in the center, that's wonderful. At the bottom, we can deal a fair amount of damage. Seraph the Diligent hasn't taken damage yet, so we can't do Mortal Entrap on it. Little Fade goes here. Self-Mutilation, we play that, because playing another primitive mold doesn't do anything. And then Mortal Entrapment, we play for the Incant value. Okay. Little Fade gets 1 more kill. And that's it. But at least her health is going up every time we reform her. We could play Deep Offering. So we're not killing you, which is sad. We could just start with Deep Offering. And if we did that at the top, we would also kill that Light Wings. We've got a primitive mold that I would kind of want to play first, though. Maybe we play Hallowed Drippings? Hallowed Drippings here. Kill that one. And then we play Primitive Mold here. And then we play Little Fade at the bottom. Little Fade now gets a second hit in. It's not a lot, but it's something. Kind of want to Dripfall Seraph to daze Seraph more, but I don't know how much we're going to be able to daze Seraph. On the other hand, I kind of just want to do Deep Offering. Let's do Deep Offering. We can't play the Nexus Spike, we can play Engulfed in Smoke twice, which is very nice, actually. So let's play Engulfed in Smoke twice. Okay. We are still not dealing enough damage. Maybe this will discard the Vengeful Shard, we can hope. It did not. Alright. Our ones in the center are not getting strong enough fast enough. They don't really get a whole lot stronger, except for the Incant and the Harvest. And that's part of the problem. Part of the problem with what we've got. Harness the Titan is a definite, but I would prefer not to consume it. But I kind of prefer not to consume the other ones either, other than Deep Offering, which just discards it. Maybe we consume Harness the Titan. Consume Harness the Titan. It's a sad truth, but we consume it. And then we get to play Ice Storm. If we played at the top, I think we kill all of those. Or we could take the little bit of damage that they're going to deal to Pyre. They do deal to Pyre some damage, but not as much as this guy would deal to Pyre. So let's Ice Storm in the center. Okay. Next. Let's play Deep Offering again. Or we could do Self-Mutilation Driftball. Let's do Self-Mutilation Driftball. So Self-Mutilation, we're going to just play that. Dripfall, I'm thinking about Dripfalling Seraph, so that we put some more dazed on Seraph, because it's starting to become time where that might matter. Alright, we are going to take damage this turn. Don't like that we're taking this damage. But it wasn't a ton of damage. We don't want to consume Engulfed in Smoke if we can avoid it. We can consume Primitive Mold. There's not much left for us to... or not many waves remaining for us to Primitive Mold. So Little Fade. If Little Fade goes at the top, Little Fade kills both of those units at the top and dies. That is not the worst at all. Let's do it. Alright. Now, the center. The center is annoying. Center is an annoying problem. These two self-mutilations also deal me a lot of damage, and I'm not sure that I'm going to play them. Let's play Engulfed in Smoke. We absolutely need to play that one twice every time so that we get the stealth, so that we're stealthy during Seraph. Oh, we just have to deal damage in the center, don't we? Which means the two self-mutilations are going to hit us. But we have to deal some damage to that one so that it doesn't get to the Pyre with 190 health. Ick. Alright, two self-mutilations. This is bad. I don't like having those two self-mutilations around in the deck. Alright, we have another self-mutilation. We did get Siren Song, which is pretty nice this turn. And we got a Primitive Mold. Let's play the Primitive Mold. There's not enough turns remaining for us to not consume the Primitive Molds. So, Little Fade is going to go at the bottom. Little Fade's spikes are at 93, which is pretty nice. We actually get to purge these self-mutilations this turn, which is also nice. And then Siren Song, we dazed 5 you guys, which means you both die without dealing damage to the Pyre. And we play the Foregone Power in the center. And then you, unfortunately, are making it to the top currently. Well, I can't say this is going well. That is something that I certainly can't say. We've got one last primitive mold to play, so let's play it. That means that your Spikes 101 could go at the bottom or the top. If we do it at the top, we could also play the Hallowed Drippings, so that you would not burn out. And you would deal a lot of damage. I think you would kill that back one. And then we could kill the front one down here with Titan's Gratitude. Okay, I think this is good. Little Fade at the top. Hallowed Drippings at the top. Now both of the ones at the top die. Helical Chrysalis we probably want to play in the center, so that those two die, and then Titan's Gratitude we play at the bottom. Okay, well, Seraph is no longer dazed, unfortunately. We were not able to keep the dazed train going. But our units do have Stealth 4. Okay, so the Nexus Spike is useless. Oh man. And we never got through all the spell shields, so we can't do Engulf the Mortal Entrapment this turn. Well, this is very unfortunate. What are we going to play? I think we play Engulfed in Smoke twice. Are we consuming the Engulfed in Smoke or something else? We could consume the Nexus Spike, but it kind of does almost nothing. The Crypt Builder doesn't do anything because of the spell shield that's still there. So the Nexus Spike, at least we kill this one and do the 30 damage to Seraph the Diligent. And then we also get to play both Vengeful Shards. Okay, I think that's going to be best. It's not going to be great. Oh, we don't get to play both Vengeful Shards because we have to play Engulfed in Smoke twice. Okay, Seraph the Diligent has far too much health left. Yeah, that's not good. Even with Stealth 8 on all of my units, we were not able to deal with Seraph the Diligent enough. I think we die here. But let's see what we can do next turn. Okay, we do have Ice Storm, which is not terrible. We have Siren Song, which might be better than letting Little Fade do her thing. But we have a Primitive Mold, too. Let's play the Primitive Mold first. So we've got a Train Steward. You've got Burnout 8, so if we put the Train Steward in front, the Train Steward gets a couple hits in, and then Little Fade would get a hit. That's better than playing Siren Song, which would do Dazed 5. Dazed 5 would mean essentially doing 200 damage to Seraph, whereas this playing this Train Steward, does it do more? It's hard to tell. Okay, we're gonna have to think about this. We can think about this while we start playing other cards. So the Ice Storm we certainly play. So the Train Steward means that Little Fade gets to attack once, and the Train Steward gets to attack once. The Train Steward gets to do 50 damage. And then Little Fade gets to do 138 damage. So that's 188 damage. Versus if we just do Siren Song. Well, if we do Siren Song, we also lose on the 109 damage. So Siren Song does 200 damage, but playing the Train Steward does a little bit more. And we want to do the Train Steward in front. $297 is greater than 200. Now granted, it's still not enough. As we know. This is still not enough. We still lose here, but we at least got close. Not as close as we've gotten previously, but we got close, I guess. I'm thinking about what we could have done differently that time to succeed a little bit better. And I don't really know what we could have done. Our units didn't have enough attack, and although we applied a bunch of stealth to them, it still kind of wasn't enough, and we also had to spend a bunch of resources dealing with the stuff that went up the train because our units didn't do enough attack. Our units not having enough attack is real bad when you've got Sketches of Salvation, because you're supposed to have big attacking units when you've got that, and we just didn't. So, oh well. We got to Seraph. We lost to Seraph. I am actually impressed with how far we got, because all through that run I was thinking we're so close to dying, and then we died almost near the end. This tracking screen has changed slightly. Since every card I have mastered is also Divinity Mastered, as of last run, I will track both of them as one number. That allows me to also show how many expert challenges I've won, which is currently 6 out of 25. On the right, I am featuring the Clipped Conduit, one of the haste givers. Haste is always tricky when you have Sketches of Salvation, and that certainly was true this run. I'm also still confused as to why there are 2 different conduits that grant haste. Living Armor was one of a couple battles in which it was a close one whether the boss would have killed me, but I managed to take it out on the 3rd floor. On the left, I simply must feature Engulfed in Smoke, since I would have killed Seraph the Diligent if I had taken my second copy, and I'm disappointed that I didn't recognize this mistake until I edited this run. Foregone Power becomes the 14th card I've had with me through 100 battles, where I stop counting. Of the starter cards, this is one of my least favorite, and doesn't even have the decency to allow a Surge Stone upgrade. For artifacts, Tempered Talisman was with me the whole run, and since every damage spell I had either had Attuned or dealt damage multiple times, this was a nice artifact. Iron Drop Cage reached my 10 battle threshold, and it didn't really do that much, but it was still nice to have. Check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description, new episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.